From the perspective of a workers' compensation lawyer in California, independent medical review, IMR, poses several injustices and problems for both the lawyers and the injured workers they represent. Here are some key issues. 1. Lack of transparency. IMR decisions often lack transparency. The identity of the reviewing physician is kept confidential, and the rationale behind the decision can be minimal. This lack of transparency makes it difficult for lawyers to challenge IMR decisions effectively, as they do not have enough information to understand or dispute the reasoning behind a denial. 2. Impediments to timely treatment. IMR can significantly delay the approval of necessary medical treatments. Injured workers might have to wait weeks or even months for an IMR decision, prolonging their suffering and potentially worsening their medical conditions. This delay impacts the worker's recovery and ability to return to work, which is a primary concern for workers' compensation lawyers. 3. Bias towards denial. There is a perception among workers' compensation lawyers that IMR decisions are biased towards denying treatments. This bias can stem from the utilization review process, which aims to control costs and often results in the denial of requested treatments. Lawyers feel that this bias undermines the principle of providing injured workers with the care they need to recover. 4. Limited grounds for appeal. The grounds for appealing an IMR decision are extremely limited. Workers' compensation lawyers can only appeal on the basis of fraud, conflict of interest, or if the decision was made in excess of the reviewer's authority. This narrow scope makes it challenging to overturn IMR decisions, even when the lawyer believes the decision is incorrect or unjust. 5. Increased burden on lawyers. The IMR process adds another layer of complexity and work for workers' compensation lawyers. They have to navigate this additional process, gather extensive documentation, and potentially deal with repeated denials. This increased burden can detract from their ability to focus on other aspects of their clients' cases and overall advocacy. 6. Economic pressures on injured workers. Injured workers often face significant economic pressures, especially if their treatment is delayed or denied by the IMR process. They might be unable to work and struggle with medical bills and living expenses. Lawyers see the economic strain on their clients and are often frustrated by their inability to expedite the approval of necessary treatments. 7. Erosion of trust in the system. Repeated denials and delays can erode injured workers' trust in the workers' compensation system. Lawyers witness their clients becoming disillusioned and demoralized, which can affect their overall well-being and mental health. This erosion of trust is a significant concern for lawyers who advocate for fair treatment and justice for injured workers. 8. Questionable medical expertise. Lawyers often question the expertise of the anonymous reviewers in IMR. The qualifications and specialties of these reviewers are not always clear, raising concerns about whether they have the appropriate expertise to make informed decisions about specific medical treatments. This can lead to decisions that do not align with the treating physician's recommendations, which lawyers find problematic. So, what's the conclusion? Overall, from the perspective of a workers' compensation lawyer in California, the IMR process is fraught with injustices and problems that adversely affect both the legal representatives and the injured workers they serve. The lack of transparency, delays in treatment, perceived bias, limited appeal options, increased workload, economic pressures, erosion of trust, and questionable medical expertise all contribute to a system that can often seem stacked against the very individuals it is meant to protect.